What's happening, guys? Welcome into another breakdown and prediction video for the huge clash that's taking place over in Tokyo on New Year's Eve between Kazuto Ioka and Kosei Tanaka, and what might very well turn out to be one of the best fights of the year so far. Ioka enters this one as the champion, but also as the plus 150 underdog, which may be surprising to a lot of people, especially considering Ioka has the belt, is by far the much more established fighter at this weight. It's Tanaka's first fight at super flyweight, and also has the bigger names on his resume as well. So the magic of this fight, however, is the fact that this will arguably be each man's toughest test to date, and records are on the line here. Kosei Tanaka looks to become the fastest four-weight division champion ever in just his 16th pro fight, which is an absolutely remarkable achievement, and also the second Japanese fighter ever to accomplish that feat as well, the first being the opponent that will face him next Thursday night in Kazuto Ioka. And Tanaka definitely appears special. Look, the 25-year-old has some notable scalps on his resume already, despite that, 16-fight resume. He's already beat Ring Magazine junior flyweight champ Ryuichi Taguchi and former WBO flyweight champ Shio Kimura as well. But, in his way on New Year's Eve stands an absolute fearsome test for the young fighter and the former 31-year-old veteran Kazuto Ioka. And as we mentioned previously, Japan's first four-weight world champion. What Ioka sometimes lacks in grace, he more than makes up for in sustained aggression, and he'll severely test Tanaka in this one. Ioka has only lost twice over his career, both by split decision losses against quality operators in Amnat Ruenrong and Donny Nietes. So he won't fear Tanaka here at all, and will no doubt gain confidence from the fact that this is his weight class, and he'll look to take advantage of both his size and power against the smaller man. This is an incredibly close fight to call. Ioka often starts slow in fights, but gradually gains momentum as the fight wears on, and also as his body attacks start to pay dividends later in the fight. He'll no doubt look to grind the younger Tanaka down here into a war of attrition type of affair in front of the home crowd. And despite having all those solid names on his resume, Tanaka has never been in there with a fighter as ferocious as Ioka. But by the same token, I've got to give the edge to Tanaka here. Despite this being his first fight as super flyweight, and the pressure of history on the line, Tanaka looks well up to the task. His lightning two-handed combinations are incredibly crisp and accurate, and I think he's more fluid than Ioka as well in overall punch selection. He loves head hunting, so that could be a problem for him here, especially if Ioka gets off that wicked body attack of his. But Tanaka has fantastic lateral movement, and the way he keeps opponents continually turning and resetting is something akin to what Terence Crawford does up at welterweight. As long as Tanaka can keep Ioka from grinding him down here, a task easier said than done, it must be said. His faster hands and fluid counterpunching should edge him the fight in Tokyo next Thursday night. I can't say a stoppage in this one, as both men are incredibly tough. So look for odds approaching fight time early next week of Tanaka by decision to try and increase that value even further. However, at a straight minus 188 moneyline price, I'll take Tanaka in this one for small stakes in what should be an absolutely electric fight between two of the best fighters Japan has ever produced. That'll wrap things up for this edition of the Boxing Prediction Show. As always, leave us your thoughts. You can also catch me over on Twitter at the SportsWolf83 and at my handicapper page, Kevin Dolan, over at WagerTalk. We'll be back next week for the Ryan Garcia, Luke Campbell breakdown taking place on January 2nd. So until then, thanks for listening, and Slán Abhaile.